The Trump administration is now weighing what actions to take against groups that the president accuses of inciting political violence, what he believes could stop the brutality, and how lawmakers are responding to his proposal.
Tensions remain high on Capitol Hill following the release of House Republicans' plan to fund the government.
They even refuse to have bipartisan negotiations. We've always had bipartisan negotiations on this.
Why would you vote no and shut down the government? So you can have something else that's unrelated?
A look at what's outlined in the proposed legislation and why some Democrats are criticizing the bill.
Students and educators within the UC system are now suing the Trump administration. Why those at the forefront of the lawsuit say the White House actions are limiting academic freedom.
And we got another hot day in store for you out there today. However, we do have a tropical storm working its way to our direction here, and we're going to see quite a bit of rain and thunderstorm activity over the next couple of days. Details coming up.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look at downtown Fresno. Once again, today's high will be 100 degrees. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, September 17th. I'm Kim Stevens.
I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for starting your day with us. Yeah, we had forecast 100 for yesterday.
Did we make it?
99. So,
okay, it felt like it.
Yeah, it still felt like it. Excuse me. But today we're looking at 100 again. It might just be 99, but tomorrow everything changes. Temperatures are going to drop, and we got an influx of thunderstorm activity heading our way.
So in other words, look for the umbrellas today.
Yeah, get those out, dust them off, because you'll probably need them. So let's get going with your day planner here and show you what's happening. Right now it's 70 degrees, not too bad. Winds are calm, dew points at 53, and the rest of the day, check it out. Going to be a lot like yesterday to start here. 10 a.m. we're at 80, at noon 88. 5 o'clock, wind speeds start picking up, and we'll see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover, and we'll be at 99 degrees. And then the storm. Yeah, that's your next weather maker here. Heading our way tomorrow. I'll give you the details coming up.
New reports this morning are detailing President Trump is considering using a decades-old law to take action against what he considers to be liberal organizations. Now, since the death of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk, the president has hinted at bringing RICO charges against groups he's accused of promoting violence. According to new reporting from CNN, a bill sponsored by Texas Senator Ted Cruz and other Republicans seeks to expand the racketeering law's powers. The proposed legislation, called the Stop Funders Act, would add rioting to the list of offenses that could be used as part of a RICO probe by the Justice Department.
A statement from Cruz's office notes if the legislation is successful, it would enable federal prosecutors to seek charges against and seize the assets of organizations and individuals who fund or coordinate riots that result in violence. The Trump administration also suggested that hate speech could be prosecuted under the law. President Trump has blamed what he calls the radical left for Kirk's assassination and says that he was open to designating some left-wing groups as terror organizations. The man charged in Charlie Kirk's shooting is not linked to any established left-wing groups or organizations so far. And again, just to clarify, RICO is a Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act. So just want to clarify on that. Nebraska Representative Don Bacon, meantime, is breaking with President Trump in this case and other Republicans looking to investigate the left.
We just got to realize we've had people on both sides murdered, and I think it's better to treat it that way. We have a chance to say, hey, political violence is wrong, period. And it affects both parties, right? They're all been targeted to some degree. I got a restraining order on someone right now back home. And so and I know the Democrats have the same issue. So we ought to treat this as a team and not make it worse.
Bacon went on to contradict the president's belief that left-wing beliefs are solely perpetrating the violence. It's a sentiment which Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro agrees.
Well, he is a Democrat who narrowly escaped a politically motivated attack earlier this year, and he says President Trump is cherry-picking what political violence to condemn.
There are some who will hear that selective condemnation and take it as a permission slip to commit more violence, so long as it suits their narrative or only targets the other side.
In April, the governor's mansion in Pennsylvania was attacked in the middle of the night. Investigators say the attacker threw a Molotov cocktail into the house. Cody Balmer of Harrisburg told police that he targeted Shapiro because of his perceived support of Israel. Now, the arrest warrant said Balmer planned on beating Shapiro with a hammer. Well, the attack never got that far, but the house had significant fire damage. No one was injured. Shapiro and other Democrats say it's more important to condemn all political violence instead of placing blame. Fire crews battling the Garnet Fire in the Sierra National Forest in eastern Fresno County say warmer temperatures and low humidity are leading to increased progress. Containment remains at 85% this morning. Nearly 60,000-acre fire was sparked by lightning on August 24th. We're told specialized equipment is being brought in to complete the task of restoring disturbed areas of the forest. With ongoing assessments in McKinley Grove, as far as crews can see, no giant sequoias have been destroyed. An in-person community meeting will be held tonight at 5:30 at the Shaver Lake Community Center, and it will also be streamed on the Sierra National Forest Incidents YouTube page.
You know, we've had some of the smoke from that Garnet fire. You get into the valley, a lot of you felt it, itchy eyes, scratchy throats, that sort of thing here. But it's been staying more to the eastern portions of the valley and continuing to push north, actually. And that's kind of the direction that tropical storm is going to be coming from, which we'll show you here in just a moment here. But otherwise, the heaviest smoke is going to be relegated to the area surrounding the Garnet fire. In case you were wondering, some of it could drift to the south by later on tonight. All right, so here's what's going on today. High pressure, that's going to keep us pretty hot today, staying well above normal. Upper 90s likely, probably getting to 100 degrees in some places today. But then tomorrow, the fun begins. Check it out here. Tropical Storm Mario going to have some impacts on us tomorrow. It's gotten halfway up the Baja Peninsula, and by tomorrow, well, it's going to be in Southern California and then working its way north into our area, bringing us a good chance of rain tomorrow afternoon. Check it out here. Here's the situation about noon here, getting into the Southern Sierra at that time, some of the Central Sierra too. Southern California really going to get hit hard by this, by the way. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a good chance of rainfall here. National Weather Service is putting it at 30%. Could be a little bit more than that, maybe mostly light stuff at that time. But then check it out. Overnight Friday is when things start to get really heavy. We got the cell down here. That's likely where the most impact is going to be there. South Valley there, over into the West Hills, getting some impacts there and lasting for a few hours overnight. So it might rain pretty heavy. You'll probably wake up to that rain hitting the roof there and plenty of thunderstorm activity to go right along with it. We do have the possibility of lightning, thunder to go right along with this. Probably be waking up to some heavy rain tomorrow morning as well, or excuse me, Friday morning, waking up to some heavy rain there with another cell picking up there in the South Valley here. Starts to break up in the early parts of the afternoon Friday, and then it'll get out of here, relegated to the foothills and mountains by Friday night, and then things will clear up for us on Saturday. Could be some remnants of some tropical moisture up in the hills Saturday evening, but that's about it. We are keeping an eye on something else, though. Next Tuesday, we're looking at another influx of tropical moisture. That one's going to traipse up along the California coastline there and then swoop around and then get into the North Valley, northern parts of the state, and possibly into Fresno there. We'll keep an eye on that. We've still got a few days to see how that storm develops. Today, going to be dry during the day. 38% for our overall humidity, dropping down to 16% at times there. Tonight, we'll be at 37%. Dew point's going to be at 54. And then the next few days, check it out here. So, yeah, 100 degrees today, but then check it out. Tomorrow, 30% chance of thunderstorm activity and rain. Heavy at times there tomorrow, 84 degrees tomorrow there. That's going to be below normal, by the way. But with all that rain, it still might feel a little humid out there as well. Friday, 85, same deal. Heavy stuff going on Friday, 60s and 70s overnight. Up next, we'll get a look at those highs and lows for today across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley.
A Madera student is recovering this morning after being hit by a car near Stadium Road near Alpha Elementary School. Police say the student was hit yesterday morning and was taken to Valley Children's Hospital for treatment. The child's condition has not been released. Authorities are using this crash to remind the public of the importance of driver awareness in these school zones. And they're also urging parents to make sure children use the designated crosswalks and avoid distractions like cell phones while they are walking. They also look to thank several bystanders who stepped in to comfort the child until emergency crews arrived. House Republicans are now laying out plans to avoid a government shutdown. What provisions Democrats say must be included in the proposed legislation to receive their votes? Live look now at the Sundial Bridge up in Redding. It is 5:09 and 66 degrees up in Redding right now. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.